Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. We're back again with the last 3 packs of original Innistrad. That's right, we're going to make the final episode here of the Art Appreciation and Flavor Appreciation series. Thanks to Brad, our patron, for sending this box to us. Once we get these packs opened up, we will be shipping this whole box, all of its contents, back to Brad. Thank you so much, Brad, for affording us the opportunity to open this box and share it with the community. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed opening it, and let's get right into it. Three packs left. Let's see what kind of cool stuff we can find for Brad in the last 3 packs. Will the last pack hold any magic for us? Maybe. Maybe. Be nice to see a Liliana, right? Or, you know, what? I don't know what else we could find in this, but Liliana would be really nice, right? Forbidden Alchemy. Again, you can see here. Little dude tinkering away there. No flavor on here, but the art looks really cool. Of course, this is like your mad scientist laboratory kind of thing. Next up, we've got a feral ridge wolf. Gorgeous looking little doggo friend there. Not really a doggo so much as a wolf, but you know, Canaan or whatever you want to call it. The wolves no longer hunt just to feed; they kill for sport, or for some madness behind their eyes. Definitely not a thing you want to find in the forest. We got an Ancient Grudge here. Again, blowing up that collar of Avacyn right there. There it is. Just destroying it good. You know? If there's anything a werewolf hates, it's a collar, especially Avacyn's collar, the symbol of her church. Oh, okay, and then we've got a Traveler's Amulet. The thing that always perplexed me about this is, like, why is it on a stump? I don't know why. No idea. This just kind of got caught on it, I guess, or something, or maybe it fell off, or I don't know. I have no idea why it's like draped over this stump so perfectly, but you know, here we are. And it says, the rider set off into the eerie mist, swaddled in armor and laden with amulets. We've got a Harvest Pyre. Again, another, you know, they call it a Harvest Pyre, right? But at the same time, it says corpses destroyed by fire form the most destructive geists. So, like, is it a Harvest Pyre, or are they burning corpses? Because the flavor text is a little bit different than the name of the card. You would think a Harvest Pyre is actually something that would, you know, be done to help with the harvest for the year or something like that. We've got Naturalize here. Again, you can see it's basically like a shrine of Avacyn that's been overtaken by nature, which is, you know, it's a thing that happens. It's a thing that happens. And it says, stone and thought fade into ruin. Only the wind and in the leaves will endure. The tomb inscription. How fitting. We've got a Rebuke here. As you can see, the Avacyn's collar there, right in his chest, breaking him apart from the inside. The light coming out on all, like, the seams is really cool. It gives that really interesting feeling of, like, you know, something drastic is happening to this demon, right? And it says, no one chooses to be stitched together into a scab. If it could speak, it would beg for its own destruction. We've got Urgent Exorcism. Like, as you can see, very cool art on this one. The dude in the bed down here, and like the spirit coming out and like making its a face. Really cool art. And it says, to show Geist's pity is to prolong their agonies. Whether they know it or not, they seek the blessed sleep, and we are to give it to them. Machias. We've got a Vampire Interloper. Looks like he's maybe a little cold. You know, you should probably put on some sort of covering there, sir. You know, I get it. You don't really have, like, your own blood. That's why you drink other people's blood. But, like, it can't be good for your health, right? Your overall health. He listens to every heartbeat, deciding which one of 100 he will stop. Ominous. Our first uncommon here is a Spectral Rider. Cool art on this one too. Kind of very, like, wispy spirit art. You know, you can sort of see through it at the bottom here. You can see, like, the grass and stuff, like, through the spirit, which is kind of cool. Gives you that aspect of the fact that it's, like, not really there, right? which is really cool. And it says, never a word, never a warning, only the sound of hoofbeats along the crossways and the screams of the avenged. Cool. We've got Rally the Peasants. Lots of Avacyn Collar, staffs or, halberds or whatever you want to call it. There's a pitchfork there too. And I mean, like, they're peasants. You're going to just fight with whatever they've got going on, right? Is kind of the idea. And it says, if you must go out at night, bring a mob. Accurate. It's a fair piece of advice. Battleground Geist. Again, another cool looking spirit here. It's got like 4 wings or something, or maybe it's just 2 wings, but it's in a weird position. I don't know how that all works out, but then you can see all the other geists or the other spirits underneath, which is cool. And of course it says flying and other spirit creatures you get +1/+0, so it bolsters them, right? Makes them stronger. And it says, not content to nudge vases and chill drawing rooms, some geists muster spectral armies to claw at the hearts of the living. And there you go. And the rare here's a Stony Silence. It's not a bad little rare. It's got a price tag to it, and it still sees play, so that's good. And of course, it looks really cool here because it's like a stone gargoyle almost, right? Being kind of reclaimed into nature, which is really cool looking, right? And it says activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. Let moss grow over gargoyles. Gavany saying, meaning, forget painful memories. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I like how they've given this flavor text and then given like what the meaning of the flavor text is, right? So it's like it's a piece of flavor text from the lore, but it's like a saying that they use to mean something else, which is kind of cool. Zombie token, and then a checklist card, and we've got a cloistered youth. So we've got there it is, looking all kind of weary and in some sort of barren room here, right? And it says, I heard her talking in her sleep, pleading, shrieking, snarling. It was not my daughter's voice. That is not my daughter. And then it flips into the unholy fiend. And it does not look like her daughter anymore, does it? It says, the fiend tormented them by recounting the girl's memories as if some part of her remained inside that twisted shell. That's got to be like a horrible, horrible thing to deal with, right? Like, your loved one is like possessed by something, and they look just like themselves, except when the demon comes out or the possessing spirit comes out, and then they're recounting the memories as if the girl is still, or like your loved one is still there inside. Like, that's got to be a terrifying moment, right? Skeletal grimace. Look at that face. Peeling back that skin is kind of weird. Such a weird art. This one always unnerved me. Just kind of weird with the line. Like, it's, And it says, and then I realized we all have skeletons on the inside. Why wait until the bodies are dead to control them? What a weird thing to say. We've got a Festerhide boar here. You can see. Looks pretty gnarly. You don't want to meet the business end of this boar, that's for sure. I mean, you can see it's kind of all like festering here, and you definitely don't want to get gored by that because then you'll get infected for sure. Right? And it says, bury your dead deep. The boars are hungriest while the corpses are still warm. Gruesome Deformity. Again, another one. This is like where you got to be careful the deals you make, right? Got to be careful of those deals you make, because this is, she wanted to inspire terror wherever she went. The demons happily granted her wish. Got to be careful. Deals with the devil, It's not great. Not great. Bump in the night. Also something that you don't want to like wake up. You wake up and your window's open and there's like a storm outside, and then you just look over and there's just like a person standing over you. Not great. It's not just the wind. It's not all in your head. And it's definitely something to worry about. Nightbird's Clutches. Well, see you later. Goodbye. Hey, come back here. So up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn with flashback. And it says, shiny polished silver can ward off many creatures, but it attracts others. No, we wore that shiny silver amulet to ward off the vampires and zombies and things and werewolves. And the stupid bird. We've got a Stromkirk patrol. Again, the little guards here, right? And the best part of this, the flavor text of this card, and this is, you'd best move along, human. Our palates are far less discerning than our masters. Because the whole thing about the vampires, or like the noble vampires in Innistrad, is that they only really drink the blood of other nobles. Or like, you know, the well-to-do populace. Silent Departure. Little wispy spirit there going up the stairs, and it says, the same magic that lets geists pass through our realm can force them out of it. Cool. Ooh, we got to Think Twice. Think Twice is a great little card. I love this card. Great little card to play with. I mean, draw a card for 2 mana, and then flashback for 3 to draw another card. Great. Art on it is really cool too, like this weird like little like blue spinny orb mana here with like the weird rune on the hand. Very cool looking. And then it says, either I know just the spell I need, or I'm about to. Fair. Oh, the Pitchburn Devils. We've seen this reprinted in the core 2021 set, so there you go. And here they are, dumping hot oil or something all over themselves so that when they die, they explode. The ingenuity of goblins, the depravity of demons, and the smarts of sheep. Sounds about right. We've got our first uncommon here. We've got Spider Spawning. Creepy little spiders. How many do you count in the art? How many do you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I don't know, there's probably more hidden in the shadows, but, you know, lots of spiders on this card. My goodness. Right? And no flavor text here. But this was one of the cards that everyone tried to, like, always make work in Limited. Because, you know, it gives you a 1/2 spider for each creature in your graveyard. Yeah, with reach onto the battlefield for each creature in your graveyard. And then you can flash it back for 7. Right? So, very good. Very good stuff. Solid little... card there. And then we've got a Demon Male Hobrick. Hobrick? Demon Male Hobrick. And you can see here bleeding out of the arm there pretty, grotesquely. And the reason you see this is because the way to equip this male is to sacrifice a creature. So you've got to make something bleed to be able to put this on. And it says, it comes off as easily as your own skin. Just, I mean, like, that's easy, I guess, depending on how attached to your skin you are. Ba-dum-tsh. Right, that was the, you're welcome. That's the joke. Skursdag Cultist. Pouring, like, what looks like liquid fire out of this goblet or something. I don't know what that's all about, but looks really cool. Very cool looking. And then it says, within blood is life, within life is fire, within fire is the path to our master's glory. Cool. Hey, look at that, a little clifftop treat. Nice to see these lands. I don't think we've seen too many of these, the buddy lands, right? So I call these buddy lands because they come into play tapped unless you control a mount or a plane. So they basically need a buddy to come in untapped. The great thing about these ones is it's not basic. So this is mountain or plains, which means the shock lands and stuff that came out around the same time counted. So these would come into play untapped as long as you had a shock land in play, which is very nice. And of course, you know, the art on them is phenomenal. Nice little like clifftop retreat there. Very cool. You can only really get to it from a couple of bridges. Very nice. And it says, where Cathars learn to fight not only demons and vampires, but ignorance as well. Sounds like a lot of people could benefit from going there. Ignorance is still a big problem, let's be honest. We've got Ooze. We've got an Ooze token, a star Ooze token. And then a Plains. And a foil. A foil flip card. So there you go. So this is like the old packs where the foil isn't an additional card. So like you didn't get a foil and a flip card. If your flip card was a foil, that was it. That's what you got. You didn't get a flip card and then also a foil flip card. So there would be not 2 flip cards in the pack. There'd only be 1. Whereas in the newer sets where they did flip cards, it was, you could tell if you got a foil or an additional flip card based on how many commons you had. So you'd have like 8 commons instead of 9. Because the flip card always came in the back, right? Whereas this set, you can't determine that because you don't get 2. There's only 1, right? The only time that changes is if you get a foil, but that isn't a flip card, which is super weird. So this is a very specific scenario to when you get a foil flip card, is it just takes the flip card slot, which is super strange to me, but that's just how they did it back then. And we've got a Tormented Pariah, which says, "Hey lads, the moon's rising, all the better to watch him beg for mercy." And it flips into the Rampaging Werewolf, which says, "Just look at him groveling on all fours. What a pathetic uh-oh. Gorgeous foil. Gorgeous foil. Let's move on to the next pack here. See if we can't finish this up before the camera decides it wants to quit out on me again. We've got a Somber-Walled Spider hiding in the tree there. We've got Stensian vampires encourage spiders near their manors so that they can rob the webs. We've got a Riot Devils, which is just, they look like they're rioting pretty well. They're rioting at a college level. Devils are demons, unearthly desires made flesh. Let loose on the world, they satisfy their mad cravings for destruction in a whirlwind of chaos. We've got Spare from Evil. Look at all those crows. It's a murder of crows. So it could have been like Spare from, instead of Spare from Evil, could have been spare from dying or spare from death, and then it would have been like a cool double entendre of like a murder of crows, right? Because crows aren't inherently evil, in my opinion, but hey, who am I to judge, I guess? As long as we can utter a prayer or lift a weapon, we have the power to fight back. We've got a Moon Heron. Gorgeous art on this card. I love the art on this card. Just like the nice silhouette of the bird and the color, how it like almost matches the moon. Very cool. Very cool. And then, of course, we've got the heron is the symbol of the Archangel Avacyn. The fact that such spirits still fly gives the church hope that its founder may one day return. We've got a blazing torch. And the torch is, of course, Avacyn's collar, because why wouldn't it be, right? Why wouldn't it be? And it's just a little equipment, right? That lets you toss it and do some damage. Then we've got a Stitcher's Apprentice. One homunculus doing something weird to another homunculus. This homunculus looks like he's like, yes, let's do this. And this homunculus looks like, what are you doing to me? Right? O Glor, create life. O Glor, take it away. O Glor, God, until Master return. Silly homunculus. Walking corpse. Again, just a solid little bear tutu. Art looks really nice here too. Very cool. You can see the bat in the background up here. Just a nice graveyard look. And its flavor text is very long, right? It is it hopeless? When wave upon wave of our dead return as mindless flesh-eaters to claw open Thraben's walls, we're too busy cutting them down to indulge ourselves in such philosophical foppery. Philosophical foppery. Vampiric fury. They all look very angry with each other, saying it's my turn. My turn. Let me have the blood now. You already had all the blood. Look at your face. It's my turn. I want some blood now. Many peasants secretly admire vampires' glamour and elegance until they witness a moment of pure bloodlust. And then they go, never mind. First uncommon from this pack is a Fiend Hunter. Good old Fiend Hunter. Great little card. Little gorgeous art on this one as well. And it's a nice little 1/3 for 3 mana that exiles something when it comes into play, and then it's underneath it until it leaves. Hey, look at that, a Ghost Quarter. That's a good one. The little land. I don't know if this still sees a price tag to it. I know it used to be like a $3-4 land. I don't think it's that high anymore. It's come down quite a bit, but still not bad, right? And I mean, it's got a little bit of flavor text here. We've got deserted, but not uninhabited, right? Be careful. When you think it's empty, doesn't necessarily mean it is. And then we've got Intangible Virtue. Nice little enchantment here that gives your creature tokens +1/+1 and vigilance. Very good for this format because there were a lot of things. For instance, the spider spawning, right? Who doesn't want to give their 1/2 spiders +1/+1 and vigilance, right? Now you have 2/3 spiders with reach with vigilance. Seems pretty good to me, right? But not just that, all your flying spirits and stuff, all those spirit tokens get +1/+1 and vigilance. Very good, very good. In life, they were a motley crew. Farmers, lords, cutpurses, priests. In death, they are united in singular benevolent purpose. And then the rare from this pack is a Curse of Stalked Prey. The curses are great. These are great little cards for EDH games, especially this one, because it's a 2-mana enchantment that says enchant player, and whenever a creature deals combat damage to enchanted player, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. So it entices people to attack the player you enchant, because then they get to make their creatures bigger, which is kind of cool. Innocent thorns can fill the air with your blood scent. Don't stray from the path. And then we've got a spirit token, which we were just talking about. There's your spirit token. Then we've got another, and look at that, another Tormented Pariah, but not a foil this time. But there is a foil here. There is a foil here. But we had, like, look, the land comes behind. See, like, this is, the ordering in these packs was so strange. And so then anyway, it turns into the Rampaging Werewolf, right? And then you've got your mountain here. And then you've got your foil. And the foil is a Skeletal Grimace. Foil looks gorgeous because the skull itself really shines in the light, which is really cool. Very nice. And there you have it. There you have it. Thank you so much, Brad, for sharing these packs with us. I really appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed this series of Innistrad and a little walk through the lore and the art on the cards. Thank you so much for watching. There'll be a new set coming up probably at some point. I don't know when exactly, but there will be one coming. So stay tuned for that. And have yourselves a wonderful day. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.